As members of parliament still continue to fiercely respond to the allegations made by the president that they are so corrupt and also extortionist, Babu Owino is also not left behind. He is joining hands with his fellow members to castigate what the president said about them. And before we jump right into the analysis, I want you to first watch and listen to him.
Is it true that members of parliament are bribed to pass bills? Have you witnessed that yourself and have you flagged it?
Dennis, I don't want to be the devil's advocate. And what I can tell you is that in this country, corruption must be fought from the executive to parliament to judiciary to members of the public. I don't want to name names in this place and fight colleagues in this matter, but the first important question we would ask, where does this money come from? If parliamentarians are bribed, where does this money come from? The money must trickle down from somewhere, and the money is held by the executive. Therefore, corruption starts at the executive, and the head of the executive is the president.
Are you trying to say
corruption starts at the presidency?
Are you trying to say that if there was no corruption coming in from the executive, from the presidency, that these allegations then would not be rife within
Where
parliament?
would members of parliament get money to be bribed with? Where would that money trickle down from? Where is the money coming from? Where is the source of this money for bribery? If members of parliament are being bribed, where is the source of this money? If Rigathi was being impeached, some money exchanged hands. Where did the money come from? If Rigathi was being impeached, who was the beneficiary? Executive. The president. Clean the inside of the cup before cleaning the outside of the cup. Start with the executive. Start with the corruption cases that are existing in courts. Let us see. Corruption case can take maximum of 1 month. If a presidential petition takes 2 weeks, well, corruption...
If you keenly listened to that statement of Babu Owino, he is not denying that truly there is corruption in the National Assembly. But according to him, members of the parliament are so innocent until the president come with corruption to force on them. That is clearly what I have noticed from that statement of him, because he's even giving us an example during the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, how money changed hands, meaning that the president gave money to members of parliament to make sure that Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. So according to Babu Owino, the source of corruption in the National Assembly comes from the executive, especially from the president. And now, to confirm to you what Babu Owino is saying, I want you also to listen to this member of parliament.
Member for Bumula.
Honorable Speaker, I was very shocked yesterday by the sentiments of His Excellency the President.
Members, let's listen to one another.
You will add me some 30 seconds, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Constitution is very clear. Chapter 8, 9 and 10 is very clear in terms of roles of Parliament, Judiciary and the Executive. This House is self-regulating through the Committees of Powers and Privileges chaired by none other than the Speaker himself. Mr. Speaker, this House has done well. As a National Assembly, we've risen to the occasion. When we called out on Shah, during Adani, now the Committee on PAC has done very well with e-citizen, and my guess is good, because I think that is where the rage is coming from. they have come out to unmask the culprits of each citizen and how money is being stolen. Honorable Speaker, this House, this floor impeached a minister of government, Honorable Mithika Linturi. We have done well, Honorable Speaker, as a parliament. It is wrong, Honorable Speaker, for a president to say he's fed on raw intelligence, Honorable Speaker, and moves to make such accusations against us. Honorable Speaker, in law, and you know better than me, anybody who becomes aware of a crime and keeps quiet of it is an accomplice. As we speak, the Honorable President is an accomplice, Honorable Speaker. Why was he giving the 10 million shillings?
Order, Wamboka.
The Bumula MP, Wamboka, is now telling it to you with evidence on how the president has been bribing members of parliament just in order for certain unpopular bills to be passed. That is not something you can deny, and you even saw how Tangula was so harsh when he touched on that. Now again, I'm asking you this question. Do you think between the person who gives bribe and the person who takes it, who is the corrupt person here? Obviously, both are corrupt. So we can say in conclusion that both the executive and the legislature are corrupt. The difference is now the degree and the source of corruption. The source of corruption in the National Assembly comes from the executive. The source of corruption in the executive comes from the president, and that is it. I also want you to watch and listen to this particular clip, which will also tell you clearly how corruption is so huge in the executive.
Is one person with is a person with two personalities. The William Ruto that presents himself to the public is a completely different character from the one that sits behind in the office and crafts stuff. I think that kind of person is quite a dangerous character. I think William Ruto is actually unfit for the position of President of the Republic of Kenya. I have come sadly to that conclusion. And I have no bitterness. For me, I just feel my own assessment. When I watch William Ruto sometimes talking to members of cabinet and to see him say, I do not want to see corruption in my government. Then I start wondering, who is this talking? And I'm sure we will have occasion to discuss a lot.
Is he corrupt?
Who?
William Ruto.
I think, I don't know.
But if you see him talking about corruption, you're like, who is this talking about corruption? Is it because he's corrupt?
I have so many examples. Exactly that.
Not an example, but is he corrupt? Examples aside.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Very. Yes. Irredeemably.
Okay.
Corrupt.
One example you can walk us through. I know you've told us that.
Now, those are just some few evidences to show you clearly how the executive is the den of corruption here in Kenya. Now, in my conclusion, for President William Ruto to fight and end corruption here in Kenya, he has not to jump the gun. He should first accept that there is corruption in the executive before he goes to legislature, judiciary, and also county governments. That will help a lot in fighting corruption here in Kenya. He should first concentrate all his energies to fighting corruption within the executive. Guys, that is my point. I do not know what to think. You can also let me know your part in the comment below. Thank Thanks for watching, and let's catch up soon in our next video. Bye and take care.